Right now, if you're looking to buy a home in Dane County, good luck. We take a look at why so many are struggling in the housing market here.
Plus, some Wisconsin hospitals are facing some financial issues, what the data is showing.
And later, a plan to keep the Brewers in Milwaukee for the foreseeable future making its way through the state Senate. How lawmakers are hoping to fund AmFam Field. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. And thanks for joining us. Another day of warmer weather out there was met with some clouds and some rain.
Not only that, but there's a chance we could get some rumbles of thunder heading into tomorrow. Let's check the first warn forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Last night we had some rain, even a couple of thunderstorms, but for the most part the precipitation was light. Much of the day today was just cloudy, humid, and dry. As we take a look at the live view from the WISC-TV sky cam, it looks kind of gloomy out there, but a lot of this is just low clouds. Not seeing any precipitation reach the patio right now, so at this point it looks like we'll stay dry for at least a little bit of time. There's the live view from the Platteville Queen Bee radio sky cam, mostly cloudy there, but you can see on high-resolution radar not seeing any rain across southern Wisconsin. Now, 6-hour future track radar shows showers, perhaps even an isolated thunderstorm developing later on this evening, especially as we head closer to midnight, and the best chances of rain will probably come between about 3 o'clock in the morning and maybe noon tomorrow. Current temperatures are in the low 60s. They've stayed that way all day long. 61 right now in Madison. Most areas seeing temperatures in the low to mid 60s. Here in Dane County, we're seeing temperatures right around 61 in Sun Prairie, 61 in Wanakee, and 63 degrees in Cross Plains. Look for mostly cloudy skies this evening. Temperatures holding nearly steady in the lower 60s and a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm. Later on, I'll take a look at our amounts of rain that we can expect over the next couple of days and a big change in temperatures that's prompted an alert day for Halloween Tuesday.
The housing market continues to be a struggle for many statewide.
Our Jalen Banks caught up with local experts on why Dane County in particular is such a hard place to buy. Jalen?
Home buying continues to be an uphill battle for many in Dane County. It doesn't look like that'll be changing anytime soon. 2023 has been a tough year in the housing market for Dane County. According to a report by the Wisconsin Realtors Association, mortgage rates have affected the supply and demand sides of the market, causing many owners to be reluctant to list homes because of higher interest rates and buyers backing out because of high financing costs.
I know last year it was hovering, just around 6.5. And now it's ticked up to over 7, a substantial increase from those 3% that we saw just 2 years ago.
According to the Wisconsin Realtors Association, median home prices are up 9% and sales are down 18% compared to this time last year. And experts from the association say one of the biggest contributors to the struggling market is a shortage in options. Also, the total number of listings statewide is down 7% compared to last year and would need a 77% increase in listings to be considered a balanced market.
One of the statistics that we continually see and we've seen repeatedly for a number of years is the lack of inventory. We continue to see that, and that's pretty much an accumulation of many years of low building.
Bierke Markgraf also says first-time home buyers are the ones impacted the most, but there's reason to remain optimistic.
If you're a first-time buyer, it's going to be tough, and the advice I have for you is just hang in there, just keep plugging at it because eventually you're going to find a home. Another thing that I always like to say to first-time buyers is this isn't your forever home. This is it's going to be good enough for a short period of time home.
For more Dane County housing data, you can find it on our website at channel3000.com.
And Jalen, thank you. State lawmakers are looking to place 2 constitutional amendments on next year's ballot that could impact our elections. One would ban non-citizens from voting in any state or local election. Another would prohibit local governments from accepting private grant money to help administer elections. Both measures passed the GOP-controlled legislature last year despite opposition from Governor Evers, who is unable to veto any constitutional amendments. If approved this year, it would be placed on the ballot next year for voters to ratify.
2 people are dead after separate crashes in Jefferson County last night. The first crash happened in the town of Farmington just before 9 o'clock. Officers say a vehicle traveling east on Resort Drive failed to stop at a stop sign at County Highway Y. The vehicle hit a building, an unoccupied vehicle, and a tree. That driver died from their injuries at the hospital. Then in the town of Waterloo, just after 10:15, a vehicle struck a tree and caught fire. It happened on Yonker Lane near Peschel Road. The driver was pronounced dead at the scene. Officers say both vehicles were moving at a high rate of speed before they crashed.
An unregistered sex offender is sentenced to 9 months in federal prison. Jesse McCarty of Madison pleaded guilty in July to violating the Sex Offender Notification and Registration Act. He was arrested earlier this year about a half mile away from Lakeview Elementary. The 55-year-old was a convicted sex offender for offenses in Tennessee in November of 2007. And then in 2018, he was convicted in Tennessee for failing to register. Prosecutors say McCarty served part of his sentence, then broke his probation and moved to Wisconsin, where he again failed to register. Some bad news for Wisconsin hospitals, where a new report finds many are facing financial challenges.
Our Kyle Pozorski has a breakdown of the data and what you need to know.
Each year, the Wisconsin Hospital Association releases data showing everything from occupancy rates to financial records. Of Madison's 3 major hospitals, only SSM Health's St. Mary's Hospital saw a positive operating margin in 2022 of 9.5%. UW Hospital and Unity Point Health Meriter both operated at a loss. The declines seen across the industry are being blamed on a return to pre-pandemic care and rising costs.
It takes a lot of people to provide health care. And there's been, coming out of the pandemic, there's some burnout and just workforce shortages in general.
The report found that 53 of Wisconsin's hospitals operated in the red in 2022. They say the second largest expense for hospitals is salary and fringe costs, which have increased overall in Wisconsin by 13.5% since 2019. We should know that unlike many systems, UW's fiscal year runs from July through June, so they say data is not as fresh. The report is released annually, so we'll have to wait until next year to see if anything improves.
Obamacare is getting more expensive next year. The cost of the Silver Plan on the Federal Affordable Care Act exchange will increase 4% in 2024. Most consumers should be shielded from the rising cost through government subsidies. About 80% of enrollees should be able to find a plan for $10 or less a month. Open enrollment launches November 1st. Consumers can now start comparing plans.
The CDC is issuing a food safety alert over diced onions due to a salmonella outbreak. It is believed to be the cause of at least 73 illnesses in 22 states. That includes 3 people here in Wisconsin. Gill's Onions issued the recall covering some lots of diced yellow onions, 3-pound bags and 8-ounce cups. It also covers 8-ounce cups of diced celery and onions, 10-ounce cups of diced mixed vegetables called mirepoix, and 8-ounce cups of diced red onions. The affected lots had use-by dates between August 8th and August 28th. You should either throw them out or return those affected products.
Today, the Center for Black Excellence in Culture announced they are $3 million away from breaking ground debt-free this spring. They've come a long way from their $36 million funding goal and are now asking community members for support. The center's CEO and founder, Dr. Alex G., says supporting this effort is a great way to show the Madison community's efforts towards inclusion.
I feel that in Madison, we've become a part of a melting pot that has forgotten the flavor that we bring to the soup or the stew, if you will. And so this space for celebrating Black excellence and culture is not taking us out of society, it's really keeping us from leaving the state.
If you want to donate to the center's cause, you can visit their website at www.theblackcenter.org/donate.
Today's the final day to pick up a winter coat from the Coats for Kids campaign distribution event. It's happening right now at the Allied Family Center in Fitchburg. Runs till 7, and there you'll be able to find a lot of coats for all ages and all sizes. They also have other winter items like mittens, scarves, and snow pants.
Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, how an Airbnb is planning to crack down on Halloween parties this weekend.
Plus, families having a fun day of Halloween-themed activities on State Street today. We'll take a look at some of the festivities at this year's events.
The moms have a brand new show.
Are you having a great time?
I'm Mom So Hard Ladies Night. Saturday, November 18th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
The The holidays are almost here, and Steinhoffel's has the largest selection of all the latest styles to help you host the perfect holiday celebration. Dining sets large enough for the entire family, and space-saving sleep solutions to accommodate all of your guests to make this the happiest holiday ever. And with Steinhoffel's 72-month special financing, buying your new furniture just got easier. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffel's.
Save big money and get 11% off everything. Now at Menards. Always know who's at your door with a smart video doorbell from Fight Electric. See live video on your phone or smart device from anywhere. Right now, only $49.97 after rebate. Mastercraft makes great doors inside and out, building the highest quality doors in a wide selection of styles. Don't wait and get this energy-efficient exterior door for $284.99 after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
DePaco Credit Union works to ensure members are well on their way to living a life worth loving. We're committed to enhancing well-being and strengthening the cooperative through programs like Thank Yous. This year, DePaco members share more than $3.3 million in thank yous by saving, borrowing, and planning for the future. When we consistently work together to boost financial well-being, we power the credit union, creating brighter community for all. Not a member? Join the movement where member ownership pays. Visit a DePaco branch or join online at depaco.com.
Their harmony and great country music that brings people together. It's Rocket Club. Performing live Friday, November 17th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Madison Central Business District is getting a head start on Halloween. Today, from 3 to 6, they held a day of family fun downtown. Families participated in a variety of Halloween and fall-themed events, including hay rides, a costume contest, and trick-or-treating. At Lisa Link Park, families could also get their picture taken with a giant pumpkin and Bucky Badger.
We have 50 different candy stops, trick-or-treating all the way down State Street, on the other side of King Street, all the way around Capitol Square, 13 activity stops. There's a lot going on tonight.
The festivities culminated with a showing of Pixar's Coco at the Forum on State Street. Airbnb is using artificial intelligence to crack down on disruptive and unauthorized parties this weekend. The anti-party system looks at hundreds of signals that could indicate a higher risk for a disruptive or unauthorized party. That includes trip length, the distance to the home, and whether the booking is last minute. The system is in effect across the U.S.
For those who travel the Beltline, that's a few of you regularly, you may have noticed the Freeway Service Team truck has a new look. This 2023 Ford F-350 Super Duty was just put in service. The new truck will replace a 2016 model that has traveled about 300,000 miles. The original Beltline Bob has retired, but one of the men who replaced him say they drive anywhere from 175 to 225 miles a day. The signboard has also been optimized so that sheriff's deputies can focus on clearing the incident rather than setting up the signboard. When we come back, another streaming service is raising its prices. Find out which one and how much it's going up.
Plus, a plan to fund AmFam Field and keep the Brewers in Wisconsin takes a big step to becoming reality. The latest on what that plan looks like.
And we could be in for some wet weather for the next few days. Gary has a complete forecast after the break.
Don't miss Wisconsin's best mattress deals this fall, only at Ashley's Inventory Liquidation event. Find clearance and overstocked mattresses throughout the store at huge discounts while they last, and low monthly payment options, only at Ashley.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, The Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
It's jaw-dropping, it's eye-popping, it's gut-busting, it's showtime. That's right, the whole world loves Beetlejuice. It's a rowdy, rambunctious, rollicking good time, and a big, fantastical funhouse. Beautiful. Everyone agrees this show is so good. You've never seen anything quite like. What else do you need to hear? Beetlejuice. Coming to Overture Center January 9 through 14.
Don't miss Wisconsin's best deals this fall. Only at Ashley's inventory liquidation event. Everything must go. Save as much as 60% store-wide. Plus low monthly payment options. Only at Ashley.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Check this out. A Noodles & Company in Beloit got an unexpected visitor when a deer crashed through the entrance. This was yesterday. Costumed customers ran out of the restaurant as the deer made its way past the tables and on into the kitchen. The employees managed to leave the back door open so the deer could get out. Officials say no one was hurt, including the deer. And News 3 Now's Arman Rahman will have more from the restaurant's manager. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
If you have a subscription to Apple TV Plus, heads up, the streaming service is going up in price. It will now cost you $10 a month or $99 a year. That's up from $7 and $69 for the year. The last time prices went up was a year ago. Apple is the latest streaming service to raise prices this year, joining Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max.
Some of us could see some rain later tonight. Here's Gary, a complete look at your forecast.
I think all of us will see some rain at some point, but the question is how heavy it's going to be. So far, we've escaped the heaviest of rains, which is just north of our viewing area, from just south of Rochester, Minnesota, to north of La Crosse, and over into central Wisconsin, between Stevens Point and Wausau, to just north of Green Bay. That area has seen between about 3 and 6 inches of rain over the last couple of days. Here in the southern part of the state, most areas between about 1/4 and 1/2 inch of rain. Few spots where those heavier thunderstorms have rolled through, maybe 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain. Southeastern Wisconsin has missed out on the rain pretty much so far. Doppler track, pretty quiet across Wisconsin. Lots of clouds, just a little bit of drizzle out there, but you can see some showers starting to develop in southern Iowa. And 6-hour future track radar shows a threat for some showers later on this evening, but notice thunderstorms starting to develop across central Iowa and heading northeastward. Those will be with us later on tonight. Rainfall amounts as we head through early on Saturday morning could be looking at a general 1 to 1.5 inches of rain through most of our viewing area, with some isolated 2-inch or more amounts in areas that see a heavier thunderstorm. It's hard to pinpoint exactly where those will be, but there will be some heavier rain bands in there. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for those showers and thunderstorms off and on through Friday morning before a cold front comes through. It'll be mild through early Friday morning as well. Once that front comes through, the temperatures start to drop, and then it turns much colder for the weekend and into the early part of next week, when temperatures will only reach the upper 30s for highs. We do have a first warn weather alert day in the forecast for Tuesday for Halloween. Trick-or-treaters, temperatures only in the middle 30s by the time they head out between about 5 and 8 o'clock. High temperatures will be generally in the upper 30s. And take a look at this. Winter storm warnings from Montana and much of North Dakota. Winter weather advisories into parts of northwestern Minnesota. It's that time of year. Nothing for us right now, at least as far as that's concerned, but still a sign that the seasons are changing. We're on the warm side of the storm. Temperatures are going to hold steady in the lower 60s through midnight. Then we'll start to see those showers and thunderstorms start to head northeastward out of Iowa through much of southern Wisconsin by 3 a.m. Pretty much raining from Madison to the south and west. You get into 6:30 a.m. Most areas seeing some showers and a few embedded thunderstorms, and those will continue at least through early tomorrow afternoon. Planning your night across Dane County, low of 64 in Sun Prairie, 65 in Fitchburg, 65 in Belleville, although really temperatures will hold nearly steady through the evening and overnight hours. Overnight low temperatures 57 in Wautoma, 63 in Fond du Lac, and 64 in Lone Rock. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy, Breezy, mild, high temperature at 67. Temperatures, though, holding nearly steady through the day, and off and on showers and a few thunderstorms. Rainfall amounts, like you say, through early Saturday morning, a general 1 to 1.5 inches of rain with some isolated 2 or more inch amounts in areas that see a heavier thunderstorm. First warned 7 to 10 day forecast. Friday's a transitional day. That high of 66 will be early in the day. Temperatures will fall into the lower 50s by late afternoon. Saturday will start out with a little sunshine, then see highs only in the mid 40s. Some showers by the time the Badger game starts, and then they could mix with flurries from Saturday night into Sunday. For Monday and Halloween Tuesday, temperatures only in the upper 30s for highs, nighttime lows in the lower 20s. Temperatures should rebound toward the end of next week, still be below normal, maybe see a couple of showers by next weekend.
Gary, thank you. A stadium funding plan to keep the Brewers in Milwaukee moved closer to becoming a reality today.
The bill had a hearing in the state Senate. Political reporter Will Keneally has been tracking the latest.
That's right. So the funding package is broken out over 3 parts. The Brewers are pitching in some money, as well as Milwaukee City and County. But the largest chunk is coming from the state of Wisconsin. And lawmakers today discussed changes that would put people in our part of the state less on the hook for those stadium renovations.
I can tell you as a businessman, the most important thing to business growth is certainty.
Which is why lawmakers are working quickly to try and negotiate a package to keep the Brewers in Milwaukee. The current plan would keep the team in the Cream City through at least 2050.
Knowing that the Brewers would be here through 2050 provides a ton of certainty for economic development around there. I'm not going to build a hotel in that immediate area if the Brewers are going to, leave in 2 years.
Now, the team says critical improvements are needed to AmFam Field. Updates to the seats and windows, even things as mundane as the fire suppression system. The price tag, more than $600 million, and the state contributes most of that cost, largely coming from the income tax revenue based on the players' salaries. But lawmakers put up a proposal to offset that money, especially as they are trying to cut income taxes.
I think lower taxes are good for everyone in the state of Wisconsin, but the reality is we haven't been able to get them lowered. And we have to write a bill that deals with the environment we live in today.
The state would tax non-baseball events at the venue, hoping that would add to the money that the state is providing. And lawmakers say improvements to the stadium could open doors to all kinds of events.
Monster truck show.
There's all kinds of things, but it has not been marketed. So to truly know that market yet, all I can do is tell you the revenues generated at a George Strait concert, and this is off the top of my head, $16 million. Other concerts are $8 million.
Now, the state's Democratic governor pitched a Brewers Stadium deal earlier this year, so we could possibly see some bipartisan support on the final product. We're still expecting significant changes as the bill works its way through the state Senate.
And coming up in sports, Wisconsin without Caroline Harvey for a while. How Mark Johnson described his lineup without the best player in the country. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Only at Hy-Vee.
Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest for 1 year. Buy one window, get one free ends Halloween. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable, rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 best history. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Give me that. Why do you always get to talk first? Hi, we've got questions about Medicare plans.
Well, we've got a lot of answers. How can I help?
Well, for starters, do you have a Medicare plan I can actually afford?
How about a plan with a $0 monthly premium?
Well, that's a great start.
Well, then you'll probably love the dental, vision, and hearing coverage that's included.
I hear that. We also want a plan that helps us to stay healthy, not just one that covers us when we're sick.
Then you'll want to know about plans with $0 preventive screenings, over-the-counter benefits for certain health and wellness products, even fitness benefits.
That's exactly the kind of thing I'm looking for. Me too. What other benefits can we get?
Well, every plan is different. Let me walk you through all your options so you can pick the right one for you.
Don't wait. Call 1-800-AETNA for you to get answers to your questions and pick a plan that's right for you. And let's make healthier happen together.
Now that sounds like a plan. Sure does.
Save big this Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Whole boneless pork loin, just $1.77 a pound. Red grapes, just $1.98 a pound. And our special recipe brats or patties, 10 for only $10. Only at Hy-Vee.
10 years ago, a photographer and his stately subject captured our hearts. Now, I'm traveling back to Platteville for the rest of the story. Learn how a chance discovery is ensuring the heart of that tree lives on. Thursday at 6.
Frustrating would be one way to describe it. Ugly might be another. You know what I'm talking about. The Packers this season. Sometimes they look like they can win every game. Other times it's hard to say if they'll gain a yard. Right now, Green Bay is in the middle of a 3-game losing streak. And up next is a Minnesota team who just beat San Francisco, so it doesn't get any easier. Well, how do they turn it around? Well, just keep working, according to Jordan Love.
Every year I've played football, there's some type of adversity. It's always different. You can never know what it's going to be, when it's going to hit. But it's all about just keep going, keep your head down, keep working. And just, I mean, as a team, it's all about staying together. Obviously, it's not what we've expected so far, not what, we kind of had a plan for. But it is what it is. We're here now. What are we going to do from it going forward?
The Wisconsin women's hockey team hits the road for 3 straight series away from home, and the Badgers will have to do it without one of the best players in the country in Caroline Harvey. The All-American defender suffered a left knee injury in UW's series with Bemidji State. And in true hockey injury fashion, Mark Johnson said of Harvey's timeline for a return to the ice, it's going to be a while. But one thing is for sure, without number 4, the Badgers will look different.
Well, it'd be sort of the scenario if the Bulls were playing and Jordan wasn't available, what would it look like? Well, it'd probably look a little different, and so we'll look a little different with her not in the lineup. Obviously, she's an elite player and one of the best players in the country, and if she's not playing, we're a little bit different, but that doesn't mean we can't go out and play.
Last season, Tyler Wall started off the year on a tear, and then the Badger forward hurt his ankle. He still finished 4th on the team in scoring and 2nd in rebounding, but Wall was never really the Wall we were used to seeing after his injury. This season, he's fully healthy, and big things are expected from the 5th-year senior, and not just from inside the Kohl Center walls, as he's been named to the Julius Erving Small Forward Preseason Award watch list. And just a reminder to check out this week's Wisconsin Huddle. Braden Locke and I break down the big man touchdown pass he threw to Nolan Rucci, preview UW's game against Ohio State, and get into the Halloween spirit. Show starts at 6:30 on Friday, right here on News 3 Now.
You're just getting to know Braden Locke. Just a young fellow. We'll see how Ohio State
That's a tough test.
Gets to know him. That'll be a big test. All right, Gary, final check of the forecast.
It's cloudy out there, but not seeing a lot of rain. There's the live view from the WISC-TV Skycam. A little bit of drizzle there. Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam, mostly cloudy, but not seeing any rain over southwestern Wisconsin. High-resolution radar, if there is anything, it's just in the form of some very light drizzle. 6-hour future track radar, though, shows showers more likely as we head toward midnight, and especially after midnight. Temperatures right now, lower to middle 60s, and they're not going to move very much.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.